message. Let's pray together. More of you, O God, and less of me. Through Christ I come. Amen. Well, I want to welcome you back again to the last message in our mini-series on temptation and elimination. And today, being a day known as Halloween, to some, I've planned to bring a rather frightening finish to this mini-series. We started about 4 weeks ago when we encountered the terrible trap of temptation. We saw Adam and Eve get caught in it. But then, during the next message, our hero showed up. A man known as the second Adam, and he endured the temptation of physical manipulation. But Jesus came through victorious over the hungers of the body. Last week, he went through the temptation of prideful motivation and saw the dazzling display that the devil laid before him, but humbly and again victoriously overcame that temptation. But now, friends, it gets scary. It gets really scary because at this point, with Jesus in the temptation, the devil gets crazy. The devil gets crazy with Jesus, and he will with you too. Because if he can't get you with physical temptation, if he can't mess you up with an addiction to food or drugs, if he can't get you caught up in sexual sin, or maybe just the hunger for more stuff, if he can't get you caught up in prideful temptation, if he can't get you caught up in the desire for power and for control, or that prideful temptation of entitlement that says, but I deserve more, the devil's going to get really, really nasty. In fact, the devil will bring a temptation that is so deadly, it makes me want to come back and give you the rest of the story on our trap. We set off this trap several weeks ago, but I didn't tell you the rest of the story about the trap. When I went to pick it up with Al Miller, we talked to the man who owned the trap, and I said, wow, that's really quite a trap. When did you get that thing? He said, oh, I bought it back in the 60s. I said, really? I said, yeah. I said, do people really try to catch grizzly bears with that thing? And he said, well, I talked to the company when I bought it, and I asked him that. I said, do people really do trappers buy this and put it out for grizzly bears? And the trap company said, why, no. Actually, our main customer is animal preserves around the world. The animal preserves? You see, the animal preserves will put these outside of the animal preserves. Oh, okay, outside the animal preserves. Right. Because, you see, they use them to catch poachers. Really? Yeah, apparently the guy from the company said, well, they're very, very effective. But wait. They're very effective because it kills the poacher. I believe he said there's about 8,000 pounds of pressure on each spring. It takes a special vise. It takes about 20 minutes for me to set this thing. But the impact of those jaws hitting someone's leg is enough to kill them. When I said I brought the most dangerous visual aid I've ever brought, I really wasn't kidding. And this is where you need to understand that while a leg-hold trap is indeed intended to grab you, hold you, weaken you, just like physical and prideful temptations can, the devil is more than happy if he can get you with a temptation that will just kill you. And that's what we're going to be talking about directly today. The devil has a plan for your life, Christian. The devil has a plan for your life, and it is summed up in our point today. You have your bulletin handy. Underneath the title, Temptation of Providential Misinformation, you'll see our text, Luke 4, 9-13. But if we could read that point together, it's real easy and real to the point. So let's read together the point. The devil wants you dead. The devil wants you dead. I don't think I can say that too often during this sermon. If you start to wonder, if you don't get anything else from the sermon, just go back to the point and understand the devil wants you dead. Now, this is always the end result. Again, if he can't weaken you with physical sin, if he can't wound you with prideful sin, he will try to kill you with providential sin. But what? What is providential sin? What's providence? Well, Webster's Compact Pocket Dictionary says, providence is the guidance of God. Now listen carefully. The devil will try to tell you God wants to guide you somewhere God would never want you to go. The devil will try to tell you God wants to guide you somewhere God would never have you go. Now, some are still looking at me kind of funny. What? Let me toss out a couple names, because you know people who have been caught up in providential misinformation. These are people who you would consider to be strong Christians. Has anybody ever heard of the name Ted Haggard? Jimmy Swaggart? Jim and Tammy Baker? These are people who got caught up in the temptation of providential misinformation. How does this happen? Well, let's look in the book. If you have your Bibles handy, open them up to Luke chapter 4 for our final installment. We're going to be finishing up today. Luke chapter 4, we're going to start at verse 9. Oh no, you forgot your Bible. It's at home on the coffee table. Don't worry. We got one here for you. And to the little orange and blue Bibles, you can't miss them. If you don't have a Bible at home on the coffee table that you forgot, take that one home and read it. There have been oodles of people, and this is amazing, oodles of people who come through here, and they grab them and take them home and start reading them. And you know, they find that the Bible makes a whole lot of sense. So feel free. You're not there yet. Still hear a couple pages turning. It's okay. Josh, you getting there yet? Okay, will you take your time? Still working. Okay, you good? Okay. We're in Luke chapter 4, verse 9. You can follow along as I read. The devil led him to Jerusalem and had him stand on the highest point of the temple. If you are the Son of God, he said, throw yourself down from here. Fill in the blank for verse 9. The deadly dare. The deadly dare. That was a nice zoom there for us. Like, very nice. The deadly dare.